Love this podcast? Support it and sponsor today. Simply head to ozcastnetwork.com for details.
It's The In Show, Australia's only show dedicated to innovation from Adelaide, Australia and across the globe.
Today was the last chance you had the opportunity to get hands-on with Mod Robot Design Studio teaching us all about robot movement. With the digital world presenting lots of new career options, there was a session on how to become a successful influencer with Fresh 92 Brekkie host and content creator Cam Doyle. We saw the colourful cosplay parade and there was a series of 50-person Minecraft parties hosted by Twitch streamer Mr. Crayfish and YouTube star Wild. Plus a bunch of curious people who enjoy learning and sharing what they can do, from engineers to scientists to crafters, got together for a couple of sessions for Maker Fair. David, it's been a seriously busy week. Who'd you speak with at Hybrid World Adelaide today?
I'm with the hosts of ABC Me's Spawn Point with Bajo and Rad. Welcome to the In Show. Well, you guys have certainly been super busy here at Hybrid World. Tell us what you've been up to this week.
Sure. Well, we've done a talk about what made us the gamers that we are. That was one thing we did yesterday. And we also, what else did we do yesterday, Rad? We did signing. Yes, yeah. We met some people.
And today we're going to be stopping by the Minecraft LAN that's happening. Bajo's doing a bit of a meet-up with some of his Twitch followers, and then we're going to be leading the cosplay parade as well.
Yes, the parade. I'm excited about my Sonic outfit.
Oh, that's fantastic.
I'm not.
So tell us what sort of started you in the journey of getting into gaming, and how did you guys get together?
I always kind of grew up playing games, so my dad actually introduced my sisters and I to games when we were kids, and it was just like the fun thing that we did together. It was always the pastime that I kind of wanted to be doing, but at the same time, my parents never let us have a console at home. So I think it was kind of that forbidden fruit as well, where whenever we went over to a friend's house and they had games and things like that, we were like desperate to play them, or if there were demos in a store, we were like desperate to play those as well. So it was just something that I always grew up enjoying, and when I heard about Good Game, it was something that I really grew to love as a fan as well. And when I found out that I could, kind of do some work experience there, I was like totally on it. Yeah.
Well, for me, I grew up in a small country town, kind of small, Toowoomba, but I was on the outskirts of Toowoomba, so I was pretty isolated from everything. So games were a way for me to pass the time, basically, just my animals and my games. But also they were a very social thing because I was so far away from my friends. It was like, you can make a day of it. Come over to my place, we will just play games all day and it'll be super fun. And I will destroy them in every game we play because I played them like crazy. In fact, that's some of my favorite childhood memories, playing games like fighting games and letting my friends get me down to one hit, and then I'll just suddenly start playing properly and completely destroy them. So that was some of my favorite childhood memories. But
no one likes playing with you.
No one likes playing with me. Yeah. No, you never know what's going to happen. Probably bad things. But I found a love for games from that isolation, and also from the community based around. That's how I met my friends. It's how I still continue to meet my friends, and from there it was just LAN parties, and I moved out of home and pretty much just played Counter-Strike for a year with my friends in our house. And when I came to Sydney trying to get work in film and TV, because that was my other passion, film and TV, computer stuff, games, I struggled for quite a while because I wasn't very good at acting. I was pretty bad because I hadn't had the training. I got most of the work I got from just being available. But I did a little bit of TV work, and then Good Game were looking for a new host. They just put it out on their forums. Remember forums? Those were the days when there were forums.
Forums were great.
I miss them. And I just sent in a tape and auditioned, and it was the easiest audition I've ever had because it all just felt right. It felt like everything I'd worked towards was for that job. So that's where
and it's also about the passion. Obviously you're very passionate about gaming and so forth, so when you're able to be living in your passion and actually do that for your work, it's such a fulfilling part space in life, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. And our whole team are just so passionate, and our team has changed now that Good Game was cancelled at the start of the year, but we still have a good, solid, beautiful core team at Spawn Point, and everyone's just so passionate about what they do, and they love what they do, and we're so lucky. We have such fun jobs with such lovely people. It's a really rare thing, I think.
Yeah, I actually don't know how I'm going to work in other places now after this, because getting to come into work and just nerd out and chat to your friends about these things that you mutually love is amazing, and we get to do that every day. So it's really, really cool, and it's just amazing to get to work in something that you really love and just enjoy personally.
And was it the producers of the show that brought you two together, or did you already know each other through gaming and other things?
Oh, so I did work experience first, and that's how I kind of got into working with Good Game. And I did 1 week of it and I loved it so much that I was like, can I come back 1 day a week and volunteer my time? And they were like, if you want to work for free, we're not going to say no. I was still in uni at the time, and I kind of did that for a year and a half until they were like, you've been here long enough now that we need to start paying you because it's getting weird that you keep coming back every year. And so they took me on as just part-time production assistant stuff. Did that for a couple of days a week, and then eventually got moved to full-time. Did full-time work for, I think, 2 or 3 years. Yes. until I started doing some presenting stuff as well, and I really enjoyed it, and they didn't hate me doing it, and opportunities arose, and then I got to do it full time. So yeah.
So where do you see technology taking gaming from here? Like, we've got so much available to us now. What do you reckon's the next in the world of gaming?
Well, the big thing that we always talk about is VR, because like VR is still pretty rough. But finally, the hardware has caught up to make it playable and not completely motion sicky the moment you step into it. Although I still get very motion sick. We've had magic moments in the last 2 years where we've sat in a VR game and done something that's blown our mind. There's a Batman game, for example, which is one of the better ones. And they're still like tech demos. They're not really full games yet because no one's really cracked it, right? But I remember I was sitting in this game and I am looking in the mirror as Batman, wiggling my arms around in a stupid way and dancing, and then I'm moving some puzzle in a 3D space, and something about that just really blew my mind. So we're getting these magic moments with VR, and someone's going to crack it soon, I think.
Yeah, I think alongside that, AR, like augmented reality, is going to be huge as well. So things like the HoloLens, getting to put digital things in a physical space is going to be huge, because that turns the entire world into a playground, and that's really exciting as well.
It's like holograms, right? Imagine I would love to be able to have my mum there in front of me, in an AR space, and actually, hi mum, I can see you. That would be so exciting, and I don't think it's that hard to do.
Yeah, no, I think we're actually a lot closer to it than we kind of realize. And I think alongside that, like having more things that use your body as controllers, so like all those suits that have kind of wires and stuff built into them, and your movement gets translated onto the screen, I think that's gonna take off a little bit more as well, but hopefully not in those weird skin-tight suits that we're currently seeing, because I don't want to wear those.
I like them.
One thing I've seen with HoloLens particularly is just the fact that you know that the physical objects that are in the room with you are there as well, so you can actually then walk around those objects and not bump into them like what the VR goggles does, and so what's been your highlights for Hybrid World this week?
Definitely the retro game area. I'm loving it. Oh, it's incredible. It's so rare to see so many old consoles actually working. Like, they all work. And so many consoles that I missed as a kid, because, you can't have all of them. So I never owned a Sega 32X, for example, and I always wanted one, even though it was a pointless console to buy back in the day. It had like 5 games, and it was the start of the end for Sega. But just seeing one in the flesh and like seeing those games and seeing all these old consoles working was a real treat for me.
I haven't actually gotten to go in it yet, but there's this golden portal thing that apparently is a real-time portal to someone in another space. So I really want to go in there and just like have a yarn with someone random. Yeah.
Guys, thank you so much for joining us on the In Show, and enjoy the rest of your time here in Adelaide.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for having us.
I'm with a young 8-year-old fella that's just come away from the Minecraft Challenge. Zach, what was it like?
Really good. So I built this parkour course thingy where once you complete it, you can teleport to the Nether.
So what was the challenge?
Well, if your building was good enough, you could get it built here in Adelaide, where the old Royal Adelaide campus was. So yeah.
So you had a lot of fun?
Yeah, it was really good.
And what else did you do here at Hybrid World?
We played some squash and badminton, and we went in this teleportation machine thingy.
And so what did you do there?
We met with these people from Gaza.
So what happened in there? You just went in and had some chats with them?
Yeah, it was really good.
And what types of things did you talk about?
What we did as jobs and what we liked doing.
That's awesome. Well, thanks so much, Zach, for joining us on the In Show.
Thank you.
Well, I'm here with Janet Gator, Creative Director of Hybrid World Adelaide. It's the final day. How's it gone for you?
I reckon it's been absolutely brilliant. For me, just seeing the faces on our young residents of Adelaide out here when they're playing with this technology, you see the engagement, you see their eyes shining, you see the smile on their face. It's worth all of the work. It's just been absolutely amazing. And if 3 kids walk away from this event with wanting to pursue a career in technology, then I consider my job's done.
Absolutely. We've seen so many, and through the conference we heard so many incredible stories and different things and technology and so forth. Was there anything that jumped out at you and went, wow, I had no idea that was coming?
I think some of the things in the conference were really, really very mind-blowing, weren't they? I guess on my side of the public program, the thing that I kind of went, oh wow, this is how technology can work with a real event, was the game building challenge that we did yesterday. So we had a young Adelaide-based game developer called Matt Tribbiani and his friend Matt LaCrupa, and the two of them built a game in 90 minutes. Now, we streamed them building that game with the help of Bajo and Rad to the internet over a service called Twitch, and we had thousands of people watching on Twitch. These people were joining in, making suggestions for the game, as well as our big audience, and 90 minutes later we had a playable game which people can now download and play for free. So, to me, that is what Hybrid World is all about.
It's so interesting. Were those guys actually given a concept for the game prior to coming there, or did they just think of it on the fly and 90 minutes later we got a game?
They actually had a friend of theirs put a load of kind of pre-built assets in a folder, but they didn't know what they were. So the whole thing started with them going, oh, butterfly, oh, Amazon lady with blue sword, oh, brick textures, oh, barn, oh, huge giant spider. Right, how can we put all of these things together in a game? And those things are all in our little playable game.
Now, Janet, we had this amazing competition for League of Legends through Hybrid World this week, and tell us about how that all went here.
Yeah, so a massive event for League of Legends, but we targeted high schools. So Riot, the games developer, have got this amazing high school program which is all about behaving responsibly online and using esports to learn real life lessons about responsible behaviour and how to be a good citizen and how to be, collaborative and supportive. And because, sport is all about a challenge and winning, but to make that winning in a really supportive and creative way. So they had this amazing program. We worked with the Department of Education over here. We rolled it out through, every high school in South Australia was invited to participate, and then they had a championship here at Hybrid World. Seeing that go off was absolutely brilliant. Adelaide High School ended up winning. I would really like to see that program rolled out across the country. If I have my way, this time next year we'll have the country final at Hybrid World Adelaide with all of the high schools from across the country coming to play, because it was really, very inspirational seeing those young players working, collaborating, having a great time together, helping each other. And that is what the power of esport is, really.
Janet, you must be so proud of what has been achieved this year, being the first year. What was the proudest moment for you?
Gosh, in so many. I feel like choosing between my children. On every day for me, I've had that wonderful moment where I have had the opportunity to talk to one of our young visitors. Where they are just telling me, they want to tell me about their own experiences, the things that they've done here, the things that they're going to take away from the things that they've learned and the things that they've done here. And I think, when you have the opportunity to engage with a young person's life and they're willing to share with you the kind of the power and the passion of the experience they've had, then that is a gift. And I'm so profoundly grateful to our young visitors, because that is what I'm going to take away. So you're making my eyes tear up when I think about it, because I think it is our young Australians that I passionately care about, and if I've given them a good experience, then that has been my highlight.
Well, what a week, Troy. We've learned so much, we've seen so much, and my brain's fried. If you didn't make it to Hybrid World this week, you've missed an amazing series of events, and next year's just going to be bigger and better.
Thanks, David. A great final day at Hybrid World Adelaide and a great 5 days of the In-Show podcast from the Tonsley Innovation Precinct. The In-Show is a Hybrid World Adelaide media partner. Subscribe on iTunes and check out theinshow.online. Tomorrow, there's more from the In-Show as we put the spotlight on the Winnovation Awards.
Love this podcast? Support it and sponsor today. Simply head to AuscastNetwork.com for details.